The death of Kambili is still an open and unresolved criminal case that the police and also other persons are still keeping proofs and evidence that shows the cause of his death. So therefore, since the matter is still unresolved and a criminal case, it is wise that Edochie does not take the risk with herself and her children to attend the funeral in the village. Now, the funeral of Kambili is coming up very fast. That is why Edochie and his father decided to meet up with Edochie and her family in order for them to set a date for the burial. Or maybe they have already set the date. But one thing is sure, or one thing is advisable, that Edochie does not go to Edochie's village to bury for the funeral of Kambili. Yes, it is right or traditional that the boy has to be buried in his father's compound or his father's land, but nevertheless, as Edochie is planning on that, Edochie should not think of going to Edochie's village to attend the funeral, because it is going to be a rather risky one for her and also her children, since the criminal or the culprit involved in the death of Kambili have not yet been brought to book. So better still, what should she do as the burial funeral of Kambili is coming up? Don't worry guys, I'm going to share my own thoughts and opinion and what is really happening in the Edochie concerning the funeral of Kambili. But before then, let me welcome you all back to my channel at G Central, where we give you all the gist and update about the entertainment industry. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe by clicking on that subscription button in front of you. And also don't forget to like our videos, comment and also share on your social media handle. Thank you and God bless you. So let's get down to the main gist we have at hand. So like we said, the death of Kambili is still an unresolved open criminal case, and it is not wise at all for Edochie and her children to go to Edochie's village to attend the funeral. The killers could be at the funeral, and so far have shown they are determined to also take Edochie down to the lane of Kambili with her children, and also she should fight for an action with the court to have two separate funerals. This is being done in most cases, whereby since the death of a person is still unresolved, the court can grant a two separate funeral events for the same person. As some factors would also be put into consideration, because it will not be wise at all for Edochie to start going to Edochie's village for the burial. It is not safe at all. In fact, she hovering herself with Edochie is a risky one at this period. And since the culprit since the culprit of Kambili's death have not yet been brought to book, I don't think it is safe at all for her to even go to the funeral. So since the funeral of Kambili is coming up fast, Edochie and his people are also making their plans in arrangement to the burial of Kambili. But as tradition holds it, Kambili is supposed to be buried in Edochie's village. But nevertheless, we should not disregard the fact that even though if Edochie tries to pay respect or her last respect to Kambili, she still needs to look after herself and also that of her children, because it will be risky for her to venture into such journey. So at this point, since she is also trying to pay her last respect to Kambili, she should not go to Edochie's village. That one is certain, because of her safety and that of her children also. But instead, she should go to court and ask or request for a separate funeral, or in the church or in her family, and also the other funeral can happen at the Edochies in their village. Also, the judge should also ask to bury. The judge should also ask if the culprit have been brought to book, but since they have not been brought to book and they are still hovering around the streets, then still yet they should do the proper thing. Edochie have still not yet released the autopsy result of Kambili. What is really going on? Is Edochie a culprit in the death of his son Kambili? What they should do is one funeral in Lagos at her church, that is her church where she attends, for her family and her children, and the other funeral in the village for the Edochies where she and her children do not have to attend, because she going to Edochie's village is kind of risky. Most country it is being done. So what Edochie should do is go to court and ask if this is possible at all. She should make a request to the judge, explain, and also with her lawyers give concrete reason why she should be in custody of the body of Kambili. Edochie and her children should not be seen in large crowds, and you know that in the burial in the congregation or in the funeral of Kambili, there are going to be a lot of people. Both people from Edochie, her family members, her friends are going to come, her business associates are going to be there, Edochie too, his colleagues, his associates, judyaustin is going to be there. So many persons are going to be there. So it is not advisable for Edochie. Anything could happen. They will be sharing food, mistakes could happen, just the way Kambili had died. So she should not even attempt on going there, because the matter still remains an open criminal case and the culprits are still hovering around. They're still around. They have not been brought to book. This matter needs to be concluded. Autopsy result needs to be brought out. The police needs to bring out their findings on what they've investigated concerning the death of Kambili. So why that is still withheld, Kambili, Edochie and her children should not attend the burial funeral of Kambili if it is going to happen in Edochie's village. Better still, she should just arrange a burial ceremony for Kambili in Lagos or in her village or community where she can honor Kambili, because she also needs to look out for her children and also for herself. She should get a court order on this. We all need to raise alarm so that Edochie does not still fall into the prey or hands of Edochie, because this matter is being so tight and also unresolved. Edochie is not saying anything about the autopsy, since the death of Kambili still remains a mystery to most persons who does not want to believe that judyaustin was the sole killer. And also speculations are rising that it was out of poison. So where is the autopsy? Autopsy results should be out so that they can also give an highlight on what really killed Kambili. But the fact still remains that Kambili was poisoned by judyaustin when she used it in a food she gave to him after he declined her request of betraying his mother, Edochie. So guys, with the whole issues coming up, I would want you all to also think, and what is your own advice if Edochie, or if you were in Edochie's shoe, would you advise her to go for the burial funeral of Kambili if it happens in your Edochie's village? I'm not saying anything could happen. Fire gunshot could happen. Since John Edochie is bent on destroying Edochie's life in order for him to take over everything she has worked for herself and her children and her family, John Edochie has shown to be very greedy, and also she should always try to preserve her lives. Even while she is at the funeral of Kambili, if it's going to hold in Lagos, she should make sure that the security is tight. Better still, make it on the low key and invite few family members and also business associates and friends that will hang around with you in the burial ceremony, because it is not going to be easy. Edochie needs to be safe out there until this whole matter is resolved, because we would not want anything to happen to her or any of her children again, especially Daniela, since she is now the owner or listed owner of the mansion in Lagos. So what is it going to be like? It is so not easy, but also condolences, and may he so rest in perfect peace, Kambili. But Edochie still needs to look out for herself and her children, because she would not want anything at all to happen to her. Judyaustin is still on the run. Edochie is still strategizing and re-strategizing on how he is going to take everything Edochie has worked for. Even Like, everything is just so happening so fast. So regardless, Edochie should fight for a court order if she can get a separate burial funeral for Kambili. If not, Edochie should be safe out there. So guys, I'll be leaving you guys to the comment section. What do you think concerning this particular issue? Do you think Edochie should go for the burial in Edochie's village or not? I'll be waiting for you in the comment section. Thank you and God bless you. Have a nice day.